Hi there, my name is Jared Yax. I'm the Curator of Collections for the Tri-Cities Historical Museum, and I'm the Lieutenant of Station 3 for the Walker Fire Department. In May of 2020, the Edenville Dam and the Sanford Dam near Midland, Michigan, had a catastrophic failure after a massive torrent of rain. This affected two museums in the area, the Midland Historical Society and the Sanford Museum. The museums were submerged under about 18 to 30 inches of water on the main levels. And then so those that had like sub-basements or sub-levels were just completely submerged. So these institutions were underwater for a period of several days. When they were able to go back in, they put a call out to the Michigan Museums Association asking for some type of help. I was able to go over there and deploy within about 3 hours. I was there. And able to apply then my HART training to help with the rescue efforts for those museums. After arriving at the Midland Historical Society, we were able to put together the incident command system and actually establish a clear chain of command to help organize the people and resources that we need in order to rescue those artifacts. Over the course of about 4.5 days, we had about 400 volunteers come through. There was about 100 museum professionals and about 300 people that were within the community that came to help rescue the artifacts within the museum. It's a lot of people to try and manage. And the training that we did in HART through the incident command system really kind of helped organize that. Without that system, it would have been just complete chaos because nobody would have known who to go to or who to talk to, where to get the resources that we needed. So really, the incident command system gave structure to that, which made the whole operation very, very efficient and effective. Each day, we were able to then come up with an incident action plan that we had talked about again within the HART program that helped us kind of plan out what are our objectives for the day. Looking at tens of thousands of objects that we had to try and rescue and deal with, thousands of them that were affected by the water, others that just had to be evacuated off to a stable, secure site in another location. So these plans kind of gave us manageable chunks and then clear objectives for each of the teams that were going in, so that way they knew exactly what they had to do and then determine what resources did they need in order to go out and grab that type of stuff. So the salvage efforts were it was amazing to kind of see that in action. Again, thousands of objects that were underwater. So then using those techniques of stabilizing, trying to get the objects that were under the water and safely transfer them into a freezer so that way they could then be later dealt with, so that way they weren't affected by mold and mildew, packaging them up in a way where it's not going to damage them any further. It was all just incredibly valuable. And I was able to just go through and coach these teams then and make sure that they knew this is exactly how you need to do the operation in order to take care of the object. One thing that kind of hurt us was that there were no disaster kits at the sites. So that really, really kind of slowed down our operations. And in the HART program, that was something that we really kind of stressed, was that it's important to have a good disaster kit to help you at the onset of the event. If we had those disaster kits, we really could have kind of jumped in and made life a lot easier for us. But we had to go out and try and find the supplies that we needed to really begin the operations. So finally, at the end of the incident, we talked about our continuance of operations plans. So what can the museum do to continue to be helpful and relevant within their communities? What elements could the museum still provide for historical research, for display purposes, while their main facility was undergoing their restoration efforts? So with the continuance of operations plan, it was just kind of brainstorming and figuring out all these different things that help keep the museum functional, even while they're trying to recover from these disasters. So the HART program was just it was very helpful, and the training was just amazing to be able to see that all these artifacts, all these objects are being affected. What can we do to protect them, and what plan do we need to come up with in order to rescue them? and then just go step by step through the training of this is what we need to do, this is how we need to do it, and this is how we can be effective. So we were kind of using it as a case study here in Michigan because we had a very similar incident happen years ago up north, where a museum of similar size was affected by a very similar disaster. And it took them a little over 7 weeks to complete their emergency operations. In Midland, for each site, it took us a little over 4.5 days to complete each operation. So the HART program is just it's that effective, where we were able to complete those operations and stabilize and save a vast majority of each of those museums' collections in a very short amount of time. So the HART program is incredibly important and just incredibly effective. I can't stress how awesome it was to be able to go through that training and then be able to apply it in a real life situation. So thanks.